Cane Bay Plantation, pros and cons. So if you're thinking about moving to Cane Bay Plantation, you must like pool days, golf cart convoys, and running into your neighbor everywhere. The gym, the playground, and sometimes the urgent care, probably. But let me be real with you. Cane Bay is not Mayberry. It's more like Mayberry if everyone had an HOA and 3 kids on a scooter.
Hi.
Today, I'm gonna dive deep. The good, the bad, the flooded, and the Facebook rant-worthy Cane Bay. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, pro number 1, the amenities. Oh, yes, they are real. They're just not hype, okay? This place just isn't another cookie cutter sprawl. Cane Bay has 54,000 square foot YMCA, pools, playgrounds, and 25 plus miles of walking, biking, and golf cartable trails. Oh, I mean, it's a dream come true for a lot of people. They stuck a public library inside the YMCA like, hey parents, you guys wanna lift weights? And we're like, kids, you wanna check out Diary of a Wimpy Kid in the same building? Pfft, we got you.
I got your back, bro.
And the one big plus of this is residents actually can enjoy and use these features and amenities. They're just not brochure bait. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes a open field area is really a dog park, if you catch my drift. Dog park sounds a lot better. All right, pro number 2, golf cart life is a whole vibe here. Listen, if you want like the best neighborhood for that golf cart lifestyle, Cane Bay is one of the few places where golf cart living is not just for the boomers, okay? You're gonna see teenagers going to work in Publix, moms headed to splash pads, and even Halloween trick-or-treating on all the carts decked out. It's weirdly charming, but also, fun fact, most subsections allow golf carts in their HOA bylaws. So if you're wondering, hey Ryan, do they even allow golf carts in Cane Bay? Yes, they do. In fact, it's in the bylaws, so kudos to them. All right, we can't talk about some pros without talking about some cons. Con number 1, the traffic on 176 is the 8th deadly sin, and I'm not joking. The Nexon Parkway and 176 intersection is a notorious choke point. There's no protected green arrow, so everyone has to play Frogger with SUVs during rush hour. I mean, it's an absolute nightmare. And people have literally petitioned for the traffic light fix. It's still going on. Like, there's still a petition. And if you want to know if someone's from Cane Bay, ask how they feel about the 176 during school pickup. If they even twitch a little bit, you know they're gonna lose their shit. Now, con number 2, flooding isn't just a rumor here, okay? During Tropical Storm Debbie, some parts of Cane Bay got flooded, and luckily the flood did not make it up to the houses, but they did make it up some of the driveways. There was flash floods, road closures. I mean, it was wild. The water was up to some doorsteps because people were still driving down the road and creating wakes, pushing the water further up the driveway. So scary times for some homeowners. But this isn't every storm, guys. But for some homes in certain subsections, you just might be more prone to flooding. So those are conversations we can have. When you reach out to me, I'll help guide you in all the right directions of all the different parts of Cane Bay, and even helping you determine which areas are in flood zones and which are not. All right, pro number 3, schools that people brag about. So Cane Bay Elementary, Middle, and High are all located right inside the community, which is a huge win for a lot of families. Now, Cane Bay High has some solid reviews and ranks for graduated rate and college readiness per South Carolina's public school report card. And best of all, you can walk or golf cart to school instead of sitting in a 30-minute bus line. It's probably my wife's favorite part about our kids going to the elementary. I mean, she can literally in the morning just bypass all the traffic, all the people that are angry, sitting in their car, frustrated. She bypasses all that. Kids get off, go inside, she head back home. It's literally a 20-minute round trip for her, while some people are sitting 30, 45 minutes in the school traffic. Now, pro number 4, the neighborhood vibe feels like a small town, and Cane Bay is really big, like 10,000 people plus big, right? But it still manages to have a tight-knit feel, and I think that's because people throw block parties, neighborhood events, run community gatherings, they start local businesses from their garages. I had one of my clients say to me, he's like, listen, we moved here because we like the schools and all that stuff, but we fell in love with it because of our neighbors and the people and the vibe of our neighborhood. So he's like, we'll never leave. And I was like, that's awesome. He goes, and it was probably on a wine or a whiskey night that we said all this. And I was like, I love it. And so people really do. They have a lifestyle that they can enjoy when they move to Cane Bay. All right, con number 3, HOA drama is alive and well. So some sections have HOAs that are super chilled. Others, not so much. And what are the common complaints, you might ask? Well, getting fined for visible trash cans, planting anything, doing any type of concrete work, or digging in your front yard without the HOA approval. And sometimes you get a mysterious billing issue and it's like, why is there a $1,000 fine attached to my account? And it's wild. But that's some of the things that you can run into when you're living in Cane Bay. Now, there's a whole Facebook thread of residents who just complain about violation letters. I mean, it's kind of catty. Some of them are good, like legitimate complaints, and then some are like, come on now. You know you gotta power wash your house. You got 2 inches of algae coming off your siding. You gotta get that clean that up. All right, guys, if you're enjoying this list right now, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and click that notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you get notified. Once again, I'm Ryan McHugh, your neighborhood expert, 843-226-5535. If you're looking to buy a home here, I can help. Go ahead and reach out to me. You can shoot me an email, send me a DM, text me. Heck, I'll even accept a carrier pigeon. Whichever way you want to do it, doesn't matter to me. All right, let's get back to our list of pros and cons. All right, moving on to con number 4, too many cars, not enough asphalt. So here's one of the biggest pet peeves of mine about Cane Bay is the driveway space. So they build these houses, they put 5-6 bedroom houses in, and then they put these like boop, little tiny parking pads. And it's like in front of a 2-car garage. And it's like, seriously? That's all the space they get. You're gonna be able to park 2 cars next to each other in the driveway, and then maybe a car or 2 inside the actual garage if you're not using your garage for storage. So it's like crazy because some people then are like, well, we can't park in the driveway. We've got 4 people who drive in the house. That's 4 cars. Well, now the streets get jammed with parked cars. There's no regulation over that in the neighborhood. And then you have people that are like, hey, we're gonna throw a party on Saturday night, and the street just becomes lined with cars, golf carts. It's great until your Amazon driver has to come down the neighborhood street and try to avoid hitting everybody's car. And so it can just turn into an insurance cluster and a nightmare, I gotta be honest with you. Also, if your neighborhood HOA has limited street parking, this might be an issue for any visitors or teenagers who are just starting to drive. Gonna become a headache for you. All right, pro number 5 of living in Cane Bay is location, and convenience. And you're only about 15 to 20 minutes from like everything. Nexus Square, downtown Summerville, I-26, Publix, and even a Chick-fil-A that's inside the neighborhood that you can take your golf cart through.
No way.
I know, wild, right? Not to mention with neighborhoods like Nexton and Carnes Crossroads expanding, this area is basically turning into Summerville 2.0. It's getting pretty big over here, and I think we're gonna eventually need our own post office. And Cane Bay Boulevard is slowly being improved as well. The developers are adding in different egress locations to get in and out of the neighborhood. It's making a big improvement to the entire neighborhood. Pro number 6, the neighborhood is actually appreciating in value. Say what you want about density, but demand is very strong in Cane Bay. And that's the big complaint I get from a lot of folks looking to move here from out of town. They're like, Ryan, that's high dense living, like 0.14 yard space. Like, it's not a lot. We're on an acre now. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but there's not people that are like, hey, we don't want that. Resale prices in Cane Bay have actually held firm over the last year. I thought they'd dip a little bit more, but they held their own. Homes are still sitting a little bit longer, so maybe that has to do with the price. But even while other parts of Cane Bay are doing exceptionally well in new construction, other areas and other cities, the markets have actually slowed a little bit, whereas here, demand's still high and they're still selling houses. And a lot of people will say, well, Ryan, what does my long-term equity look like? Well, if you're buying in some of these master plan communities, the builders, the developers have been putting in these massive amenity centers, these resort style amenities where you can have the whole family come and stay there the whole day, right? And so that's helping build that equity, that long-term equity in your home. So in 10 years, when the neighborhood is almost completely built out and you decide to sell, you're gonna be able to sell top value because the neighborhood's still gonna be highly in demand. All right, con number 5, it's growing a little fast, maybe too fast. So Cane Bay is kind of a victim of its own circumstances, right? What once was peaceful woods and trails is now just a giant construction zone with backup beeping. Like beep, beep, beep. You know what I'm talking about, that noise that comes out at 6 o'clock in the morning while you're trying to sleep in your brand new home. Yeah, that one. New homes are being squeezed in fast, and some residents are feeling the infrastructure just hasn't kept up because like some roads get shut off. Maybe they have to go to the end of the neighborhood. Maybe they're being rerouted a different way. So if you're buying new construction, ask if the promised amenities are actually finished or still coming soon. There's some places where, hey, you know, we're going on year 3 and the amenities still aren't there, and we were told they were going to be here by year 2. You need to ask those questions to make sure you're buying in a neighborhood that's going to have those amenities that you're looking for. Because with this growth, some of these builders are like, hey, we got to eliminate some things here and there, and you don't want that to be your amenities. All right, con number 6. Not everyone is on the same page. And I got to tell you, with 15 plus subsections, a multitude of different builders, and different price points ranging wildly different, experiences, well, they may vary here. While one neighborhood might feel like a resort, the other one might feel like I got left over, if you know what I mean, where it's just kind of like, nah, this is okay. And that's the thing, Cane Bay isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of neighborhood. It's a whole zip code with different flavors, and that's the thing that we've got to determine. What's the best flavor for you? What's gonna be the best neighborhood? What's gonna deem you the best lifestyle with neighbors you're gonna actually enjoy living with? Cane Bay Plantation is basically a master plan mullet. Family fun in the front, occasional chaos in the back, but you've got amazing amenities, solid schools, real community vibes, but also traffic headaches, street parking drama, and the occasional HOA turf war. But if you're thinking about moving here, don't just pick a house, pick the right subsection. And I can help you do that. And that's where I can help you. Make sure we find you a home that has drainage working, the neighbors wave, and the golf cart rules don't require a PhD, right? If you guys want the inside scoop, click this video right here where I go over all of the different subsections all throughout Cane Bay.